Dominik Hasek.
It looks like it's going to be one of those, like Dominik Hasek. Come on, okay, Hasek's been played really well for Buffalo too, but where did you get that one?
#1 in the league in goaltending.
Here's the save on Stevens, and then Stevens was tied up and pulled down by Jari Kurri. Larry Murphy took over in front on the backhand. Get it up, Murphy. Yep, that's what he was trying to do. Alexei.
Save! Reget pokes at it again. Reget leaves it for Murphy. 4 seconds remaining on the Pittsburgh power play. Daryl Sador, the shorthanded chance. McSorley, it's even strength.
What a terrific individual play by Martin Straka and then by Murphy. That's what it has taken to beat Stauber. But watch the bad read by the LA defense. You stand up with the blue line. Tim Waters did that, and that sprung 3 Pittsburgh Penguins by him. Tim Waters is a veteran guy. You know, you don't expect that from Tim Waters. But as soon as Waters pinched up, Straka made a great move and in midair was able to dunk to Larry Murphy. And it took him play. You know, Stauber almost got that.
Devils and Islanders tied at 1. Yaroslav Modry stripped by Ray Ferraro, and it's see you later the other way. And here's the big banger over the glove of Chris Terreri. 2-1 Islanders back to Pittsburgh.
A follow-up deflected behind the net. Gretzky never got the second chance. Held in by Sador for Gretzky.
1-0 in the second. Watch Mikael Anderson move around Kevin Haller, and then all he's got to beat is Andre Rasico, the goalie. Highlights and scores all coming up in the intermission. Beats Yaroslav Modry, and then beats the all-star Scott Stevens. And then it's Chris Terreri, the goaltender. 1-0 in favor of the Isles. Great effort by Bollock. Second period, big Darius Kasparaitis in the box for the Isles. The Devils catch the Islanders on a line change and go the other way. Stevens to Stepan Richer. Watch this timing. The setup to Bill Guerin for the perfect deflection. The game tied at 1. Still in the second period, Ray Ferraro to the steal again off Yaroslav Modry. He beats Terreri with the slapper. 2-1 Islanders. Jim, Modry's been burned twice.
Well, he's having a tough night tonight. He gets the puck here. He has an out, but he waits. He doesn't take his first option. And Ferraro wastes no time, makes no mistake, rifling it just under the crossbar.
Well, that's where we stand now after 2 periods of play. The Islanders leading the Devils by a score of 2-1. The New Jersey goal by Guerin. Bollock and Ferraro, as we showed you, scoring for the Islanders. I know in watching your reaction, Jim Schoenfeld, you have...
Anico, Marty McGinnis bites the dust of that one, but he's back up fighting for the puck. And, of course, from the Islanders, Darius Kasparaitis. Who else? Claude Lemieux gives him one shot. Hang on a little bit. Little elbow. Little left cross. And they aren't finished as they work their way up the ice. Finally, the whistle went. No penalties were called. But it's a very close check.
First period, Eric Desjardins. The feed, and the shot stopped on the shorthanded attempt to save by Jablonski. More Pat later on in the first period. Vincent Damphousse makes the move, and Damphousse is stopped again by the point-blank shot. Scoreless after 1. Habs come back. Kirk Muller finally beats Jablonski. That's his 6th of the year, giving Montreal the 1-0 lead. But the Lightning, they've been tough as of late, as I mentioned. Mikael Anderson down the right side beats Andre Rasico. That game is tied at 1 after 2 periods of play. Rasico in goal again because Patrick Roy is injured with a sore neck. Anaheim and Detroit from Joe Louis. This 9 seconds into the game, Bob Probert and Todd Ewan, a couple of heavyweights, couldn't wait to get together. But Sergei Fedorov would be the story in this one. Very first period, Fedorov to Nicholas Lidstrom, to Paul Coffey, splits the defense, beauty of a move, beats Ron Tugnut, 1-0 Wings, Fedorov 300th point, Coffey's 5th goal. Coffey the shot, Fedorov there for the rebound, his 2nd on the night, 22nd of the year to make it 3-0 Detroit. Wings added their lead. Slava Kozlov tried to pass it, it got blocked, he scored it anyway. 4-0 in favor of Wings. That's the way Jim Schoenfeld used to play those 2-on-1s. 4-2 Detroit over Anaheim after 2. When we come back, it's time for our Plays of the Week. We'll have more from Sergei Fedorov. You saw a pair. He's in the Plays of the Week when we come back on National Hockey Night. Plays of the Week. Now, normally they're just the NHL Plays of the Week, but this week we have added a bit of an international flavor. You know, a funny thing happened on my way to the Forum. For one thing, I ended up at the pond in Anaheim. Fair or foul, it was a wild time last week in Southern California. So on that note, let's get on with our Plays of the Week LA style.
Semenov puts the stick handle in. Oh, what a hit there by Tocchet.
Watch him tuck that head underneath at the last second.
Oh, yeah.
See?
That's a 9.4.
Ooh, boy.
Oh, man, did Jeff Boom get a hello dollied on that play? Ah, that's hockey.
And there were some hits of the coconut cream variety as well. Hey, Kelly Rudy, what's with taking the penalty shot? Check out what your fellow goalies were doing.
Dead centered one, tuck pass has been shooting. Oh, what a glorious save.
Back the other way comes Team Russia. Going in on the breakaway. A shot. Oh, a great save by Dunham.
Federov going wide. Pulls up on Newman. Passes left to the point. Oh, a stop there by Essendon.
Holy mackerel. Drive from the point. Here's a great stop on Thomas by Casey.
Cross moving in. Konstantinov trailing. Federov in shot. What a save, Curtis Joseph.
Wow, all those saves, it's enough to make a shooter's headache. Even the great one had to resort to illegal tactics. Heck, we might as well let the goalie take a shot.
And Orion Brechi shoots. She scores! Will arrive a few hours from now. Here's Roenick over the Boston line, weaving around one check to the slot. Centered one, Goulet. Shoots, he scores!
Hendrickson with Craig Johnson. Tries to get him through to him. Oh, what a play!
Randy Gillen of the Jets. Federov. He made that kick off. Gets it for the shot. He scores!
Our National Hockey Night Plays of the Week. National Hockey Night Play of the Night, Larry Murphy to Kevin Stevens. He beats Rob Staub.
He was reaching, too, for the icing call because it was kind of a race for it. Yeah, that won't bother Pete.
He told you. Have a 2-1 lead.
And Sandstrom had no room at all. This actually goes off the post, and it looked like a spinning top, and it just spun inches across the line. Oh, nice lead pass to spring Jimmy Carson in. And Kenny Reagan made the first save, and it looked like he had lots of help back. But when Luke Robitaille spun around, he put it right on the Carson's stick. And then look, even with 3 Penguins there, nobody has Sandstrom tied up. And Sandstrom really was looking right at Kenny Reagan. Watch what he has to look at here. He was looking right into Kenny Reagan, and somehow it went off the post and trickled across the line.
By Chris Terreri, his first point in his 26th game of the year.
Oh, you know those smarts I was talking about when Jaromir Jagr talked about playing with Joey Mullen and Ron Francis, the 2 guys in the picture right there. He said they are so smart. Joey Mullen sensed he was digging in to come back, but as soon as the play turned around out near the blue line, he just hooked around, stopped by the side of the net, and it had to happen bang bang because Stauber was in position. But it happened bang bang, and the Penguins tied it. Smart play. What a play by both Ulf Samuelsson and Brian Trottier. Here comes Samuelsson. He sees he's got daylight. He wants to make it happen. He dishes to Trottier. Look at Samuelsson. He goes for the net to open up this passing lane for Tocchet, and Trottier threaded it perfectly. Ding, off the water bottle. But don't underestimate the play by Samuelsson. Him continuing to the net created that passing lane for Trottier to thread it to Rick Tocchet, and he can gun it with the wrister, and he did.
For the first time tonight, Pittsburgh leads it. Samuelsson, a great play to set it up. Tocchet's 10th of the year. Tocchet and
Knocked him down. Puck to center to Berglund. 1-on-1. Berglund, a wrist shot, and a stick save by Erasico. Now Larionov looks to center it and sends it toward the net. 5 seconds left. And this game is going to end in a 1-1 tie. A very well-played game here in Orlando. Great goaltending by Jablonski. He stops 19 of 20. He is now unbeaten.
4 of his last 5, and he tied the other. Speaking of ties, Canadians and Lightning. 9,400 turnout for the neutral site game at Orlando. Hockey not so hot there, considering the Magic have sold out all but 2 of their home games, and the Orlando Predators of the Arena Football League sold out all of their home games this past summer. Correct?
He's 42 years old, and he was coach. Scotty Bowman is 1 regular season win away from number 850, but nothing's easy against the mighty ones. And Duck head coach Ron Wilson took a puck in the face during practice, but he's ready to go. Paul Coffey breaks on through to the other side. 1-0 Wings. Coffey's 5th, second period, 3-0 Wings. Slava Kozlov's pass is blocked right back to Slav. His 11th in his last 13 games. Third period, Dino Cicerelli. He scores number 10. Scotty Bowman gets win number 850. 5-2 the final. Detroit has won a season-high 4 straight. Sergei Fedorov scored his 300th NHL point since coming over to Detroit from Russia in July of 1990. Vancouver at Calgary, first period. Gino Ajic on the breakaway beats Trevor Kidd. And then it's Joey Nieuwendyk. He took over. He beats Kirk McLean for his 2nd goal of the game, but he wasn't through. Just getting started. Nieuwendyk nets the last-second slapper for his 3rd of the first period. It's the natural hat trick. Flames win 8-4. It's the 9th career hat trick for Nieuwendyk and his 1st of the season. The loss was the 8th in 12 games for Vancouver. Stay with us. Get ready. Clear your head. When we come back, it's Did You Know? But
ADB Communications Group. McNall will remain chairman and CEO of the club. As a result of the move, he will be able to go ahead with his plans to build a new 20,000-seat sports arena in L.A. His Kings off on Wednesday after dropping their 8th consecutive road game Tuesday night. Where do we go? To the Santa Jose Shark. Blues and Sharks, Cujo. He says, you take your best shot. Garpenloff, Craigwell. Oh, get out of here. Cujo had 37 saves. Third period tied at 1. Brendan Shanahan. 2nd of the night. Blues pull away. The Santa Jose Shark ready to climb the boards. The Sharks have lost 4 straight, and in 9 tries have never beaten St. Louis. The Blues offense was what we call economically effective. They took only 18 shots. The Rangers have won 17 of the last 21, and the main reason why, you just saw Mike Richter. Adam Graves on offense to Mark Messier. He knows what to do with it. His 11th of the year. Rangers up 1-0. The Whale frustrated. Gartner on the breakaway. Cheap shot from Bryant Marchment. Gartner went into the post. He was shaken up, but he was okay. Then Richter working on a shutout in the 3rd. Chris Pronger, Robert Cron. Who's better, Joseph or Richter? Come on the same scale. Richter's team congratulates him. He is 16-0-3 in his last 19. Sean Burke of the Whalers said, we're not a team that can afford to get outworked. We got outworked. They got outshot as well, 41-24. Tying a club record was Richter with Davey Kerr, who played on a 1940 championship team, unbeaten in his last 19. Richter said the record means we're getting a lot of wins, which is the most important thing. How many more wins and or ties will it take to surpass Jerry Cheevers? Quick, do the math. 14. The Oilers' 6 wins, still the fewest in the league, hosting the Canucks. Kirby Maltby slays Yuri Slayer. Oilers jump out to a lead. Scott Pearson, Stephen Rice. Kay Whitmore, bitter. Rice had 2 goals. Oilers up 2-0 after 1. Doug Waite, the wrist shot. Whitmore, the save. Where's the D to clear it? Doesn't exist. Pearson puts it in. Easy to smile when you win 7-2. 2 in a row for the Oilers. First time they've done that since games 1 and 2 of the season. Kelly Buchberger, first goal since February of 1993. It drew a standing ovation from the crowd. Guess what? We got more to come. Bill Parcells.
Best home record in the NHL. Wednesday, the Blackhawks came calling, and 10 seconds into the game, it was physical. And the Czechs were coming hard and fast as well. Watch the goalie, Stefan Matteau, step on the toe of Darcy Wakaluk, and Grant Ledyard is having a bad toe day as well. Tied at 1, Dirk Grant brings it from behind the net. Brent Sutter scores, 2-1 Blackhawks. Stars driving hard as Mark Tenotti shoots. Jeff Hackett gets it in the face. He's okay. Hawks win at 3-2. The Blackhawks and the Stars' 11-game home unbeaten streak. The Hawks are 11-3-1 in their last 15 games.
All right, Craig, with the NFL extending its
rookie goalie Martin Brodeur, 1-0 Bruins. 4 minutes later, Joaes, you know, can't put it home, but guess who? Wesley is there to poke home the rebound. Bruins led 2-0. Coach Brian Sutter, get the puck to Wesley. Bruins up 3-2 in the second. John McClain on the second try puts it past John Casey. We're tied at 3, but get the puck to Wesley. Fires the wrister pass. The goalie. Bruins win 5-4. Glenn Wesley gets his first NHL hat trick as the Bruins end a 5-game winless streak. Ray Bourque and Joey Junot each had 3 assists. Canadians, Panthers, second period. Panthers, Tom Fitzgerald. Oh, falls down, scores. Panthers up 3-0. And they're also winning the fights. Brent Severin of Florida levels the Habs' Lyle Odeline.
And we've got a rivalry developing very early in the history of the Florida Panthers.
Just between the defensemen.
A rivalry. The Habs fight back and tie on Gilbert Dionne's goal in the third. That's how it finished, 3-all tie. Brian Bellows had 2 goals and an assist. The Panthers extend their unbeaten streak to a club record 5 games. The Beezers stopped 33 shots. Duck goalie Guy Hebert's 38-save performance keyed the Mighty Ducks' first shutout in team history as they beat Toronto. And Peter Klima scored twice, and Brian Bradley had 3 assists as Tampa Bay stops Ottawa. Former heavyweight champ Riddick Bowe. Is this the best Hawks team since they moved?
Listen, did it anyway, and they paid for it. First period, 1-0 Quebec. Vyacheslav Butsayev to Michael Renberg scores the blast, beats Garth Snow. The game tied at 1. Still in the first. 2-1 Philly, not anymore when Joe Sakic beats Dominic Roussel to tie the game at 2. Second period, tied at 2. Lindros behind the net. Nobody goes near the big guy. Feeds Mark Recchi for the score, 3-2 Philly. Then Dominic Roussel took over. The stop on Chris Lindberg, then gets up and stops Alexei Gusarov. Third period, just 58 seconds left. That's a bad penalty. Lindros, a slashing penalty, goes after Adam Foote with one last shot. The Nordique Sakic, a good look wide. The rebound gathered by Pelle Eklund, who's able to clear the zone. So Philly goes on for the 3-2 win. So Lindros looks like the hero with an assist on the game winner. Could have been the GOAT with that slashing penalty, but the Flyers don't get burned this time. Whenever the Flyers and Nordiques get together, it's tough to ignore the trade. Here's the comparison, not including goaltenders. Of course, Peter Forsberg has yet to join Quebec. Steve Duchesne says he won't play for Quebec. A couple other players involved in that deal. Craig.
In college hoops,
they dreamt of all the points they would get from the point. However, they were not counting on Housley's severe back problems that has caused him to already miss 18 games, and that's just the start. He'll have surgery next month, similar to that of Cowboys quarterback Troy Aikman. On the ice, it was Buffalo at Pittsburgh. Alexander Mogilny got the Sabres off to a quick start. Scoreless in the first, gets the feed from the corner. Sabres up 1-0 as he beats Ken Reggett. Sabres also got some great net binding from Dominic Hasek. Stops Joe Mullen. Kevin Stevens thought it was in, but Hasek got a shutout through 2 periods. Pass from Stevens to Doug Brown, takes a couple of cracks at it. Finally, he beats Hasek, and we're tied at 1. 2:03 left. Off the shot from Peter Taglianetti, Joe Mullen puts home the rebound. So a difficult loss for John Muckler and his Buffalo Sabres by a score 2-1. Pens have just 1 loss now in their last 12 games. That Sabre offense hit the skids, shut out in their previous game, just a single goal in this one. Craig.
There was a fight Thursday night, the WBO junior welterweight.
Senators with 3 defensemen now, with McIver just out of the box. 3 defensemen on the ice, just 1 forward. Under a minute to go on the power play. Ridley in front, score!
Well, Kenny Madeley, I think, is going to knock this in the net. I think Mike Ridley's going to get credit for it. There it is across the crease. That's either Kristich getting a piece of it on that tic-tac-toe, but Madeley came out and stuck his stick out. We're going to get a better view right here in the reverse angle. Here it is, a pass the crease, and I think Madeley...
Hit by Berube on Troy Millette. And Lamb skates it out. Lamb with McBain and Millette. Here's Lamb moving in. Quick shot, and Beaupre with the chest save, the glove save on the drive by Andrew McBain, and then Craig Berube drops the gloves with Dennis Vial, but the officials very quick to step in.
There was a lot of poundage on the ice that shift. You got Dennis Vial about 220, Andrew McBain up there also, Berube, Kaminsky, Ciccone, Iafredi. The big boys were out for that shift. You know there was going to be some fireworks. Nothing transpired as the linesman quickly jumped in. Here's a shot on the reverse angle by Mark Lamb. Nice pass right there for the shot. Didn't get all the lumber he wanted on that one. But there it is, Andrew McBain and then Dennis Vial right in front. Craig Berube, watch the linesman. Dennis Vial doing a little dance with his gloves there. Berube quickly dropped his. They're going to ensure reacquaint themselves later on in this game.
Dennis Vial wishing Craig Berube a very happy birthday.
Yes.
Jesse Belanger of the Florida Panthers and Jason Arnott. It's a 4-on-3, which now becomes a 5-on-4 as Berube and Vial return, and they're going to go at center ice. Right out of the penalty box, Craig Berube, the birthday boy, and Dennis Vial. No doubt about it, they've stepped out of their respective penalty boxes and said, let's go.
They use that center circle here at the USA Arena as a little ring there going across. They said, let's have some fun. Let's drop the gloves and go. Good job by the two big boys out on the ice. Dennis Vial, a tough customer. Craig Berube, great road trip, showing a lot of spunk out there once again at home.
Out of the box, just 5 seconds.
We knew there'd be a lot of fireworks with those guys.
It took about 12 months for the Hatcher. Rich shot. Here's Johansson, now 20 seconds remaining. Pavanka back to Johansson. Hatcher on the right point. Here's the drive by Hatcher, and that goes wide. Down to 7 seconds. Dmitry Kristich moving in, he scores!
What a huge goal, a great play made on the wall by Mike Ridley against Mark Lamb. And here's a short side blast. Goaltenders, you want to stop that one, but that was a rocket ship launched from the dot. And there's the work, Kristich, but look at Mike Ridley. He's going to get an assist on this because he takes out the defenseman, Hank Lammons. That allows Kristich to blast away. Paid dividends the rest of the hockey game.
Mike Ridley sends to the near corner, Dmitry Kristich. Johansson thought about shooting, instead finds Pavanka. 40 seconds to go on the power play. Pavanka shot, score!
Kenny, we're going to take a look at this goal. That's going to be it for the goaltender, Madeley. If you see that bench for Ottawa, another 5-hole from a bad angle. Here's the hard, low shot. With that, we're going to see Craig Billington come in because that's his second goal, one at the end of the first period. But right here, give the Capitals a ton of credit. They've come out prepared to play this hockey game. They've skated, they've went to the net, and right there, it pays off. Michael Pavanka, who's been on a roll. You talk about him not producing. He has been lately, and there's the hard, low blast.
Troy Millette in the trade for Peter Sidorkovich in the offseason.
I haven't seen Rick Bowness that upset after that goal. I mean, he stormed up and down the bench.
Krieger moving in. He was stopped by Billington, and he scores!
Well, Craig Billington with a nice warm reception. Look at this play. He doesn't even know what's in here. Krieger just shoots it. Look at this shot. Top corner. Billington's looking around. Guys, come on. Someone stop it for me. Millette's looking at it. No one's looking at it. And there it is. Krieger going to the net. And look at this shot. Top shelf water bottle. Just misses it. He's going right for that bottle there. And right off the end of the stick into the net. A rude awakening for Craig Billington.
What a shot. Perfect placement by Todd Krieger. There it is once again, Todd Krieger. And Craig Billington just shakes his head. The first official.
The biscuit in the net to start this season off.
Pavanka and Hatcher the assists on the goal by Krieger. So Michael Pavanka with 3 points tonight. And now a Capitals penalty. And Heward with a big hit on Ciccone behind the net after the whistle. And then Ciccone sent Heward to the ice, but the original penalty called on the Capitals, and after the whistle blew, Heward with a late hit on Chelios. Capitals with a 4-0. Now moving in is Archibald. Archibald fakes, shoots, scores. And then Kevin Kaminski and Dennis Vial have some words in front of the Senators bench. Craig Berube there as well. But the Senators have finally beaten.
Here he is coming in. Look at the head fake, the stick fake, the body fake. He had everyone going there. The whole can of work.
And his shot goes wide and deflects out of play with 12:43 to go. Mike Ridley, who took that hard hit moments ago from number 23, Brian Glade. He was not very happy about the hit along the left wing boards.
And I think he might get the only minor in this play because he gave him a good right shot there. And I think that
Capitals 3-on-2. Enrico Ciccone. Ciccone looking for Jones. Kept alive by Pat Peake. Iafrate all alone in front. They score!
Well, Capitals have played solid as a team, and this shows why. A nice pass right there by the rookie, Pat Peake, to Iafrate, to Jones, and he says thank you very much.
So Keith Jones.
301-386-7000.
Kaminski with the shot. That was blocked. John Slaney keeps it alive. Slaney centering pass. Alan May not able to shoot. Then he does and scores! And John Slaney will pick up his first National Hockey League point on the goal by Alan May.
Well, the Grinders are doing a job. The Ottawa Senators simply outmatched. Missed assignments. Alan May says, I might as well score in the empty net. Where are the Ottawa Senators? The Capitals are forechecking aggressively. There's no opportunity. And there's that first assist for that young man, John Slaney, as Alan May hammers it home, giving the Capitals a 6-1 lead.
Krieger leaves for Ridley. Here's Johansson moving in. Johansson centering pass. Krieger behind the net. Krieger looks for the wraparound. Ridley shot. Score!
So much for the Capitals' problem scoring goals. Look at this play. Nice wraparound there by Krieger. He'll get an assist and another open net. The Ottawa Senators tripping and falling over their own feet in front of the net. Because of this rotation, the Capitals have continued to put on pressure. It's been relentless, and that's why the Senators have made these mistakes. The Capitals cashing in.
Boards wanting to join in the fun. Tocchet scores right off the face-off, and it's 8-1 Capitals.
And we'll have to see it right off the draw. I think number 26, Keith Jones, might get a piece of this as it goes to the net. Here's the hard shot, and Keith Jones was right there in front taking the abuse, and I think he deflected it down into the net. Here's going to be the good angle, the reverse angle, to see the importance of winning the draw right there. It comes right back to Cote, and watch Keith Jones in front. There's the shot, there's the stick, there's the goal. Keith Jones should get credit for this one. Give a lot of effort and hard work, however.
It took only 4 seconds after the Ruzicka penalty for the Capitals to connect, and here goes Ciccone and Heward once again. Heavyweight battle between Enrico Ciccone and the Senators' Bill Heward.
coupon good for a free Juicy Bacon Cheeseburger, courtesy of Wendy's. And see the coupon as you like to come in.
Crowd reacting as Enrico Ciccone heads off. Well, that goal was credited by the Capital.
Right now, Kenny, the Capitals very happy and getting some good opportunities as Krieger breaks in.
Here's Krieger, drop back, score! Mullen!
And here it is, a misplay by the Ottawa Senators. This is a shorthanded goal. What another unselfish play, a 2-on-1. You hit the man at the back. You don't fire it in front of him. Watch this play. Dave Poulin is a left shot. A lot of forwards are going to pass in front. You pass behind so he can let it go right away. No chance for the defenseman, Brad Shaw.
Here's Peak in front, taken off the play, and Neely able to hang on. And then Keith Jones and Brad Shaw have some words in front. Jones able to wrestle Shaw to the ice.
And Shaw trying to do the pull the jersey over his head, but you notice in the back of Keith Jones at the end of that fight, that's a tie down. You don't want to allow a sweater to come up over.
Sylvain Cote. Ridley on the right wing. What a pass! They score!
Well, this is definitely the pass of the week. Watch this saucer. Over two sticks, right onto the blade of Randy Burridge, and he roofs it past the goaltender. No chance. The Ottawa Senators got standing around. Look, they're in good shape, 3-on-3, but then Mark Lamb lets Burridge go. Some poor back checking there by number 7, Mark Lamb. That allows Burridge to squirt free. Give a lot of credit to this goal. Not only the play by Burridge breaking away, but that saucer pass, one of the finest, right to number 18, Randy Burridge.
Berube, of course, celebrating his 28th birthday, and Dave Poulin his 35th. Poulin with a goal tonight. And Yashin and Ciccone, Dave, I should say, Dave and Ciccone had some words. Ciccone got the glove up high, and then Dave slashed Enrico Ciccone. And Ciccone leaping into the pile. He wants a piece of Alexander Daigle.
Well, Alexander Daigle took a baseball swing. That's a definite 5 in a game for that, and then it'll be reviewed. Well, that was a vicious slash. I didn't see what initially erupted there. I know Ciccone and him collided, but it was only his first shift. And you know the thing about Daigle? He's got a hot temper and a short fuse. The one thing the Ottawa Senators like about this kid is he's got a little bit of nastiness in him. But right there, you don't want to see a stick swinging battle. The linesman saying, hey, this door is close enough to your dressing room. Enrico, get over there. We'll go past the Ottawa room, but we want you in the Capitals room.
Enrico Ciccone and Alexander Daigle, both natives of Montreal, and both with a little bit of a temper, I would say, especially right here.
Well, Daigle has. He's been known to do that in the Quebec League, but that was quite the slash. I think he snapped his stick over Ciccone's leg. Now, this is a part of hockey you don't want to see. The game's out of hand, 10-2. You leave things be. You don't do things like that. Ruins this game.
I'm not sure what happened prior, but I did see a glove up high by Ciccone, and then the slash by Daigle.
Here's a look down in the corner. There's a little bit of a push, a little bit of a high stick maybe, but look at that. That's a baseball swing. That's a home run hit.
That could cost him 3 or 4 games.
It certainly can. That one will be reviewed. And then Ciccone jumping in after his leg felt all right. He might get an extra there also.
There we see Ciccone coming in. We saw the stick swing incident between Dennis Savard and Steve Smith a few weeks ago. And the slash by Daigle there certainly ranks up with that one.
The scary thing is this is so senseless, Kenny. This will be the highlights that people are going to remember this game by, and it was a Capitals game that they played very well. One more time, the 4-foot leap by Ciccone right into the middle of the scrum. Here he comes, 6'4", diving into the pack, looking for the loose ball. Tries to find someone down there, Alexander Day. But you don't want to see this happen. I don't want to see it happen.
Tocchet always taken down. No penalty on the play. Lead the Northeast Division. Here's the steal by Peak. Pat Peak all alone. He scores! Pat Peak knew all about the hot dogs in Montreal and Quebec. Now he knows about a three-point night against Ottawa.
And that he does. And I mean, the defenseman, here's Gordie Dineen. He's a veteran guy. There's the hook. There's another hook. But look at the speed. Then he breaks through. Gordie Dineen, as well as all the defensemen and the players for the Ottawa Senators, have been falling and stumbling around tonight. Here's another example of it. Late in the game, Gordie Dineen in any other situation would have just dumped it out. Now they're trying to show the coach they're in this game. Peak Berries.
To New York Rangers. This was a good one. Mike Richter in goal for the Rangers, unbeaten in his last 19, going against a Detroit Red Wing team that had won 4 straight, which is a season high. Let's take a look at the highlights of this one. Billy Mack and the boys in Virginia got to be pumped. It was Friday night fight night. Red Wings trying to end that streak early on. Keith Primo with his 11th goal of the season, 1-0 Detroit again on the power play. Sergei Fedorov's pass goes off the skate of Jeff Bukaboom, and it's 2-0 Detroit. New York then comes back on their power play. Tony Amonte's shot sneaks through. Brian Leetch with a great effort right here. His 11th on the season, 2-1 Detroit. Then the Rangers again on the power play. Mark Messier finds Leetch. Leetch scores his 2nd of the game, tied up at 2 apiece. Still in the first, Sergei Fedorov picks up the rebound, scores his 23rd, 3-2 Red Wings. Then Coffey winds up, slap shot, 4 or 5 goals on power plays for the Red Wings. They led 4-2 at that point, and they go on and win this one by the score of 6-4. Fedorov with 3 assists also to go with his 23rd goal of the season. Meanwhile, New York Islanders playing host to one of the hottest teams in the National Hockey League, the Toronto Maple Leafs. We take a look at this one as we already have a final. The Islanders won consecutive games for the first time since November 18th and 19th on Tuesday. So now they're going against the Maple Leafs. Early on, Doug Gilmour with a great pass to Dave Andrechuk. He beats Hextall 1-0 Toronto. Then Vladimir Malakoff gives the nice cross pass to Marty McGinnis. He guides the puck in, tied up at 1 apiece. Let's go to the second period. Islanders step it up. Pierre Turgeon steals the puck, finds Marty McGinnis, and McGinnis scores to make it 2-1 Islanders. 9th goal, 2nd of the night for McGinnis. Moments later, Derek King picks up the loose puck. He fires the slap shot from the left wing. 3-1 Islanders, 15th goal for King. Still in the second, Islanders add to the onslaught. Brian Dale Garno takes the centering pass and beats Felix Potvin. Then 34 seconds later, Benoit Hogue steps it in to make it 5-1 at the end of 2 periods. The Islanders going to win this one 6-2. Toronto's Andrechuk with the power play goal, his 26. McGinnis had 2 goals and the assist. New York had 2 short-handed goals. How about the Buffalo Sabres? Starting to play defense, haven't allowed a goal in 12 periods. And tonight, they would play host to the LA Kings. The Kings really struggling on the road, having lost 8 in a row, 0-2 on their current 5-game road trip. Scotty Thomas digs out the frozen rubber out of the corner to Randy Wood. He beats the goalie, 1-0 Buffalo. Buffalo adds the lead when Richel can't handle it out front, and Dave Howardchuk scores to make it 2-0. Buffalo, as I told you, not giving up a goal in 12 periods. They wouldn't tonight. Hasek again inside would smother the attempt right here. Hasek tallies his 4th shutout in the last 10 games as the Sabres go on and knock off the Kings by the score of 2-0. It was Wayne Presley who also had a goal, his 7th. And as I told you, Hasek shutout. He had 27 saves. Now let's take a look at some other games from around the National Hockey League tonight, where the Ducks beating the Stars in the third by the score of 3-1. Dallas at home really has been pretty good. Only 2 losses all season long. Coming into this one at home, they are 10-2-6, but the Ducks are coming off their franchise first shutout when they knocked off the Toronto Maple Leafs earlier this week, so they're riding high and beating the Stars 3-1. We are all tied up in the second period in Calgary with the Flames in the Blues. The Oilers lead the Sharks 2-1. Oilers not doing so well at home at 5-10, but taking on a Sharks club that has lost 4 in a row. And the Canucks and the Jets are going at it just underway in the first period, and Vancouver leads this one by the...
Though says, I'll rely on my arm. Alexander Wright, 7-0 Raiders first quarter. Late in the third, Haas looking to Wright again. Write it down, 48 yards. It set up a field goal. It was 20-10 Raiders. Haas was not finished. We go to the fourth, and he looks to the Rocket. Takes it out at the 2, and Rocket says, I'm worth this money, aren't I? I'm worth this money. Haas then says, I might as well take it myself. 5th touchdown on the ground for him, leads the team 27-10 Raiders. They go on to win it, 27-20. The Raiders rushing for just 20 on 23 carries.
Keenan could have done for his goalie. The move got Richter off the hook and allowed him to keep his 19-game unbeaten streak intact, despite the Rangers' loss on Friday. Richter went for the new Rangers record Sunday night against Ottawa. And Richter here doing the job on Dave McElwain on the breakaway. It was a 1-1 game in the first. Alexei Kovalov beats Craig Billington, one of his 2 goals, and the Rangers never trail, leading 5-3 in the third. Mike Gardner scoring 599th career goal, and how sweet it was. That's on Garden Vision, and Richter Vision good enough as he sets the mark, and the Rangers win. Sergei Nemchinov, a goal and 2 assists. The Rangers have never lost to the Senators in their 5 career meetings. The Senators have many problems, and they are great. To quote Chuck Noll of the Steelers, along with the league's worst home record, they're last in goals allowed and save percentage, and Ottawa might consider asking the NHL to turn around the goal and maybe play without a goalie. We kid because we're cruel. All right, the Flyers and the Devils in New Jersey. And rookie David Emma having a great week on the breakaway. Goes top shelf, little industry term there. He's a former Hobie Baker winner. Save of the night, Dominic Roussel will stop on John McClain. And late in the third, Valerie Zalapukin takes the feed from Jim Dowd and puts it past Roussel, who's airborne. The Devils go on to win as Emma had 2 goals in the game. The Flyers winless in 6 of their last 7 games. Chris Terreri stopping 25 shots. At the Igloo, the Islanders and the Penguins. Ron Hextall, razor sharp. Kevin Stevens in alone on the breakaway, but Hexy, the pads on it to keep it scoreless. Isles didn't have to worry with Pierre Turgeon's great individual effort. The shot then gets it around Larry Murphy to beat Ken Reggett. Pierre Turgeon with a shorthanded goal and 2 assists in the first meeting between the teams in Pittsburgh since the overtime playoff game back in May. Jaromir Jagr did have a power play goal for the Pens.
So with 2 weeks remaining in the NFL's regular season, we will...
Could be so much fun. It's a fun and festive this time of year, so we leaned on that traditional Christmas poem to bring you the plays of the week.
'Twas the night before Christmas.
And the Yuletide looked dark, till an in-your-face jam made old Santa say hark.
I'm in need of some plays of like hits by the mighty and the havoc they wreak.
I need a tennis star using his feet and head, plus skiers flying where the angels fear to tread.
This season, all impossible dreams will come true, but pity the poor souls who haven't a clue.
Galley tried to center, didn't click, slides toward the flyer net. Soderstrom is vacated. Rolling, it's in! And the Blackhawks get a goal!
Dancers will ring in a festive Christmas mood, but unwelcome are the boorish, the naughty, and the rude.
All the family will be there, including Grandmama.
Here comes Bogues with a trailing Johnson. Alley-oop. Oh! What a play by Larry Johnson!
We'll gather around the Christmas tree and sing our tra-la-las.
It was foggy Christmas Eve. Santa came to say, ho, ho, ho.
Let's not forget the acrobats, whose soaring feats amaze, and the playmakers who weave their passes through a maze.
Now Santa is weary, but his heart is gay and light. So a Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
GM, coach, and star player all involved. Bruce McNall says he's running out of patience. Barry Melrose, Wayne Gretzky, they've publicly asked for more size and toughness. While Nick Beverly is ticked, they went public with their comments. Marty McSorley doing nicely in Pittsburgh. Used to protect this man, Wayne Gretzky. Here's Gretzky at his best. Makes the nifty move, fakes the slapper, puts it by Mike Vernon. The Calgary Christmas tree headed home. Missed a good conclusion to this one. Flames are not out. 4-3 Kings in the third. German Titov brings it around, beats Kelly Rudy to tie the game. This is overtime. Rudy busy there as well. A big save, the second effort to knock it out of the crease. With seconds left in overtime. Al McInnes, the bad clear. Rob Blake's the shot. Warren Reichel bangs it home. Look at the clock. 1 second left in overtime, and the Kings get the win. Their first road win in 11 tries. The Flames forced the OT in the first place by scoring 3 times in the final 10 minutes. They outshot LA 17-3 in the final 20 minutes. Ducks have beaten the Jets twice in a row, looking for the hat trick. Tough night for Winnipeg goalie Bob Essenza. Trouble behind the net. Terry Yake takes advantage. That ties the score at 1. Jets come right back. Keith Tkachuk, 3 assists. This one to Alexei Zhamnov. 3-1 Jets after 1. Ducks explode in the second. Bob Corkum, the goal, put Anaheim up 4-3. Then tough guy Todd Ewan. Beauregard made the catch, but he was already in the net. 5-3 Ducks after 2. Stephane Beauregard hits the net. That didn't change things. Yake again. First the deke, then the backhander. The Mighty Ducks are winner. 7-5. The Mighty Men erase a 3-1 first period deficit. Would score the next 6 goals to win it. It's their highest scoring output in their extremely long history. They were outshot by 20. From the Mighty Ducks.
Going up against Lindros. They look at the value to each club, so that would be a pretty good takeoff if he could bring off Lindros. And we have a little scuffle between Hatcher and Ramage. Ramage back in the lineup after missing 3 games. Was a scratch, a healthy scratch, those 3 games.
Ramage coming over from the Montreal Canadiens for a draft pick. And while we have a moment, let's mention tonight's scratches for the Washington Capitals. Good play against the Rangers Thursday night at the US Air Arena. Brian Curran and Steve Konowalchuk, our coaches' decisions, both are healthy.
Talking about Dale Hunter coming out of the Washington.
It's in his last 5 games. Johansson, one-timer by Hatcher, knocked down by Kristich in front, played by Ridley. A minute 20 remaining in the Washington power play. Comes to Johansson, right point. Slides ahead for Pivonka, who lets it go all the way to Ridley. A little over a minute remaining in the Washington power play now. Pivonka behind the red line, gives to Ridley. Ridley to Johansson, back to Ridley, right circle. Ridley walks in. Ridley dishes it off to Pivonka. Pivonka sends to Johansson. Johansson, Hatcher. Away from Brindamore, right back to Johansson. Creating some havoc in front is Ridley. Now steps away from Soderstrom. Johansson with a shot that goes wide on the glove.
Well, now we know what kind of started it. Richie Sutter, who the Blackhawks picked up on the waiver draft from the St. Louis Blues, swung around here. Yeah, that's a pretty good forearm. I'm not sure Dan Marelli saw it, did he? I mean, is he just giving them coincidentals?
No, extra 2 have gone up.
There you go. And Brown getting that left hand away.
Well, Ciccone did a good job last game against Brown, but there's Brown getting the better of the Capital.
Oh, Ciccone got it right.
Good job standing in there by Chico. And again, he answers the bell, and that's what the Capitals needed last year coming into the Spectrum. Were intimidated physically many times. Well, Ciccone stands up against probably one of the all-time heavyweights in the National Hockey League.
Somehow I have a feeling those two will dance again before the night is over.
Well, Brown, there they see both of them dropping. They know what they're out there for. Brown with the early shots, but Ciccone came back with a good right at the end of that. Neither Brown was tired, but Washington brought him down.
Good job done by Ciccone. He took a couple on the noggin, but still stood his ground and then get that late shot in at Dave Brown.
Wow, such a tough role to fill. 23 years old, knows what type of game he's going to play, doesn't get a lot of ice time. But hey, he works hard in practice, works hard off the ice. When he's called upon, he answers the bell.
Dave Brown, the veteran pugilist. And Butzaya, a couple of guys that don't normally go.
That's a surprise right there, and it was Pivonka who pretty much kept pushing Butzaya.
He was the aggressor here.
We'll see how the referee McCurry calls this. It was right in front of him. Neither player really getting any punches in.
Well, they're not fighters.
I'll tell you, give Pivo credit, though, dropping the gloves. He's trying to get a couple of punches in there.
Now Butzai, a couple of late shots there as Shackney and Finn try to separate the combatants.
I'll tell you though, Pavanka himself a strong man, but Butzai at about 6'2", 200 pounds. Very strong. The two center icemen going together in the corner. Right off of the draw, they come together. Pavanka at the hook, and then a hold on Butzai. His stick goes flying. There's a pushing and shoving. And watch Pavanka here. He keeps agitating him on. Because again, he'll get the gloves up high, and next thing you know, they drop him and go at it.
9:34, the time of the penalties, and this pretty well a holding match. I wouldn't necessarily call it a fight. Now, how does McCreary call it? Does he give them double minors for roughing, or does he in fact play
well,
the
5-minute
5-minute
majors? You would think dropping the gloves.
Michael Pavanka, double minor, 4 minutes for roughing. Flyers penalty number 26, Vyacheslav Butsayev, 2 minutes for roughing.
Wow.
Time of the penalties, 9 minutes, 34 seconds.
So, Pavanka gets the additional minor penalty.
Butsayev with a couple of punches thrown, which normally means you get a 5-minute fighting penalty. I guess they weren't landed. Maybe McCreary was scoring.
Alan May looks for Kaminsky, can't get it to him. Cote pinching in, fires a shot, blocker pad save. The rebound, Ciccone from the point. Knocked down in front of Soderstrom, Yuskevich, and the Capitals take a 1-0 lead.
Well, Alan May and Kevin Kaminsky staying out there for an extra long shift. Bure had gone to the bench, brought on some offense. Dmitry Kristich, and as they kept pressure on, there's Kristich with a quick backhand, goes off with the stick of Malgunas, and short side, blocker side on Soderstrom, and the Capitals lead 1-0. A good backhand shot right there, and as it goes off the Flyer defenseman, past the fallen Tommy Soderstrom.
17:55, the time of the goal, an even strength marker for Dmitry Kristich, his 16th goal of the season. Soderstrom, Johansson's drive, glove by.
That one shot neck on the corner. Oh my God.
Now more than ever, parents need to participate in the development of their children. Sports has often been the answer, and now there's an alternative to traditional area sports. It is called youth hockey. Hockey is more than a game for these kids. It solidifies family relationships.
Soderstrom maybe not playing that as tight as he should have, right over the glove hand. Hits off of the post, and then look, right off of his back. And almost goes in. There's Hatcher.
Over the top of the net. And
there's Ciccone and Brown coming together in front of the goal.
Here we may get round number 2, and indeed we do. I said I thought we'd see it, and this time Ciccone gets a couple of rights.
We should have an instigator penalty to Brown right here. Ciccone didn't even have the gloves dropped.
Ciccone's talking to him. He's got him tied up, but he got the better of the shots in here. Now Brown showing a little frustration.
Well, Ciccone was at the end of a shift right there. He didn't even want to go with him, and if McCreary has any guts right there, he should throw Brown out and give the Capitals another power play.
Won't happen. Brown goes to the box.
Well, he just gave Brown the motion. I think he's kicking him out of the hockey game.
Well, as they sort this one out, we'll step aside here on Paramount 20.
There's Ciccone coming from in front of the behind the net. There he goes with Brown. Brown right away challenge him. Ciccone doesn't want to go. Watches Brown will drop the gloves. Ciccone still has his gloves on and his stick. Brown already throwing punches. That's a perfect play for the Capitals. Not only are they going to get a power play, but I'll tell you, there's going to be a lot more room out there on that ice with Brown out. Now Jim Cummins is going to have to step out as the lone tough guy in the Flyer lineup.
So Ciccone has the goal, his first of the National Hockey League.
Well, there he is out on the power play. He was out early in this period, showing more confidence, being more comfortable in the National Hockey League, jumping up from that point area, and as he takes that puck, holds it in, there's a good quick slap shot. Look at Keith Jones driving right to the net. He knows that puck's coming from behind him, can get hit in the back of the leg, but hey, he's going to take one for the team. Good job by Selanne to hold that in. There's Jones. Hustling to the net, and there's no way Tommy Soderstrom along with Kristich and Galley could see that puck, and it went right between the wickets, and the Capitals lead 2-0.
A power play goal for the youngster from St. John's, Newfoundland. His first goal in the NHL. A power play marker has the Caps leading by 2.
Well, Selanne's had a couple of good offensive plays, all the Capital defensemen so far in the game.
You say least as far as ice time or least
I just think least.
Bucks in, Soderstrom the save, the splits, and he holds on.
Well, the
good rush right there. Mullen coming off the right side as a decoy. Krieger, though, wanted to break in all alone off of that left side. A good quick shot looking for the 5-hole on the Flyer goaltender, Tommy Soderstrom. Good speed by Krieger getting past the defenseman. There it is. Soderstrom with a save, holds on.
Christic, Tocchet scores! Selanne Tocchet, and it's 3-0 Washington.
Well, the second time on that penalty kill, the Capitals get a 2-on-1 just at the tail end of it. There's Dmitry Christic coming over, and he'll make a nice pass instead of shooting over to Coffey, and there's Sylvan just deflecting it with the stick past Tommy Soderstrom. An even strength goal, and the Capitals lead 3-0.
His third goal of the year. Again, we talk about the plays defensively, and the Caps defensemen have really played terrifically.
Wow, they've done a great job. Christic right there, delaying and delaying, letting the Flyer defenseman go down, giving him that passing lane over to Coffey.
Step back, Hatcher with a shot that goes wide. Played by Ridley. Rolled off into the far corner.
Again, the Caps.
By Bowen, who makes the play off his skate. Soderstrom sweeps it away from in front of the net, and that play is called.
It looks like either his wrist or his shoulder. He was coming hard off of that right side. Got a shot from an awkward angle, and then as Sylvain Coffey pushed him a little bit, lost his balance and went hard into the boards. There he is driving against Coffey. A good job of getting a shot, but he loses his balance. And it's his left shoulder that goes hard into the boards. He quickly heads to the Flyers dressing room. My early guess will be a separated shoulder.
Wow. So the Flyers have already lost Dave Brown. They lose a second player here now. Capitals. The right side walks in. Soderstrom the save, and the rebound was fired wide.
Now there's Krieger being aggressive.
Kid is just nonplussed by being in the National Hockey League, and I mean that positive.
Oh, I agree.
He's here to play. I'll take my ice time in my place, and you get in it, I'm going to get you out of it.
And he got married last Wednesday. His fiance was having so much trouble with immigration going back and forth. They got married in the All-Star break. They're going to have a wedding in the middle of the season. He decides to get married. I mean, nothing bothers him.
I'm not even going to, no. Sometimes you just got to have your wife be able to get across the border.
Oh, he's a great kid.
I think he's got a two-shirt on.
Yeah, promoting ESPN too. Now you were looking at the 1-2 punch literally for the Detroit Red Wings in Bob Probert. Now there's Roenick. He does not pick his spots. That was a clean hit. Kept the elbows down. And guess who's coming? Jeremy Roney didn't stand around looking at his pass. There's the hold. Oh, I'll tell you what, Roenick did well. I'll tell you, Roenick did a great job of getting away from those two punches because Probert went for him.
And you got to give Bob a little credit there. He could have been a lot more aggressive on Roenick. I mean, it looked like he knew who he had, and he kind of held back a little bit.
Well, you know, of the star players in the league, Jeremy Roenick is as rugged as they come. I mean, he'll hit anything that moves. So, you know, you sort of assess who you're going up against. And JR doesn't pick his spots. He goes up against anybody, and I'll guarantee you that he expects anybody to come back at him. That might have surprised him a little bit.
These teams add to this great rivalry we talked about.
Soderstrom the save. Johansson for Ridley. Less than a minute to go in the second period. Ridley, Johansson winds up with a shot. Knockdown, rebound, Pavaka. Soderstrom
over the Lightning in the second period. That's Jeff Daniels, the backhander, beats Pat Jablonski. Make that 4-0 in favor of the Pens.
Steve
hit him dirty, Gary. He might have hit him up high in the chest, but Chelios was caught flat-footed, and I thought Federov was going to go wide on him, but he cut back to the inside, and it may have been a whiplash effect. But Chelios stood him up big time. And he hit him up high, but let's see if it's legal. See, watch Federov. He had him wide. Okay, I take that back. He did hit him up high, too high. It looked to me at the start that he hit him in the chest, but that looked like a cross-check to the throat. Oh, big time. Gosh. Big time.
This is more of what we thought we'd see in the second period.
Exactly, and that's what replays are for, because regular speed on the far side of the ice, we're up at the top of the sections. I gave Chris Chip, well, he's got two of them in the penalty box, so we'll have to wait for Probert and McCarty to get out, but...
So Fedorov goes down. Talking about Scotty Bowman's people, the ones he considers to be the role players, the ones who don't have to score. What you got to do to win, willing to do it. Drake, Bure, McCarty. Sillinger, Greg Johnson, Bob Probert, the six getting the most play in that so-called roll situation.
It's actually without Drake and Bure, they both had.
Chance got decked by Kartner. Marawelli saw it. Chance is going after Kartner.
I don't know if Marawelli did see it, Gary. Do you think he did? Because,
well, he was signaling for somebody to go to the penalty box.
Well, he is that. But if he sends both Chance and Kartner, it's an indication to me that he didn't see it. And I'm not trying to take Dan Marawelli down on this. He was heading up ice the way he should. And
something special for you to come in this building?
Yeah, I loved it here when I played here, and I was treated really well. And it's nice to come back and play. But it's nice to come back and beat these guys too.
All right, looking at the situation here now with the Capitals playing so well. The fact is that I think from the blue line out, Tabaracci in that first period, what do you credit this? This 3-0 lead after 40 minutes of play, too.
Like I said, I think it's preparation before the game. I mean, Tabby kept us in that period. I mean, they had some power plays, and he kicked away some big saves, and that just boosted the team up a bit. And I think, if you're not prepared, you're going to get beat. I mean, we had a bad loss in Hartford, and we had to, come back with a big win tonight.
How about the play of the blue liners, and in particular, Hatcher and Johansson? I think, and Sean and I have certainly discussed this during the game, they've had an outstanding game.
Well, I think when our D plays simple, they play their best. I know they're really talented, all of them, and I think sometimes that they get a little anxious and want to do too much. But here, when they come in a building like this, they play simple, and things just work out better.
How about the rivalry between the Caps and the Flyers? You saw it from a different perspective. For some reason, these two teams do not like each other.
Well, a lot of playoff, appearances between the two teams, and that just carries on over and over. It doesn't matter if you have new players in the lineup or whatever. I mean, as soon as you put the uniform on, when you're playing the Flyers or they're playing Washington, it's going to be a tough game, and it's a big rival.
Are the Washington Capitals here now going home after tonight's game and have a number of games on home ice? Rangers, Pittsburgh, Florida coming in, Tampa, the Mighty Ducks. Are we going to get us to see the Capitals go here on a lengthy winning streak now?
Well, we need to. I think, we got a few division games coming up here, and, we got to get some big wins, and I think it's the time of the season that we got to do this.
Enjoying life as a Washington Capital?
Oh, it's really good. I mean, I enjoy the area, and it's a lot of fun, and, we just could be winning a little more to make it perfect.
You think the Caps are going to take off here now? You look at the number of games the Caps have played on the road. They've got a number of home games here now. Isn't this when the team should come together?
Yeah, I think, we're back home here for about 5 games, and it'd be nice to win all of them. I think that that should be a goal for us, and we get back over 500 and back in the hunt.
Thanks for the games here.